Hello and welcome to game week 23 for Championship predictions. Now, it's the big one, it's the Boxing Day fixtures. One of the most exciting times of the season, really, for football. So many games on Sky. It is crazy. So, without further ado, let's kick on and get on with it. Blackburn versus Sunderland is the first game we're going to talk about. Blackburn suffered the first defeat in a while against Millwall the weekend. It was last minute, quite crushing for them. Saying that, before then they've been quality. They won a stupid amount of games on the bounce. Have snuck into the playoffs again quite comfortably. Team taking on Sunderland, they picked up a decent win against Norwich at the weekend, getting their tails back up. They do tend to be quite good at home, Sunderland, to be fair. But it's going to be a tough test. There's going to be a bumper crowd there, I'm sure, from the Sunderland fans. But I think Blackburn are going to get a result here. I want to say Blackburn 2, Sunderland 0. I think the occasion might get to the Mackems. Next up with Bristol taking on Luton. I watched Bristol play West Brom on Sunday. They were pretty poor, to be honest. I'm not going to try and cover them in roses. Their number 7 was decent. Apart from that, they were pretty poor. Got battered, to be fair. Luton got a classic win at Kenilworth Road against Derby. It was just, your run-of-the-mill Luton town. Scrappy 2-1 win. Big Carlton Morris with a goal. One was a volley from Mpanzu that deflected off someone and went in. Just, classic Luton. Saying that, they don't have been the best on the road this season. Do think they'll get something out of this one, though, with Bristol being a bit ropey at the minute. I'll go for a 1-1 draw. Next up is Coventry City taking on Plymouth. Now, Cov got battered on Saturday. I had a fair bit of banter with my mates about that. Humiliated. Callum Lang ripped them apart. 4-1 defeat. Pretty poor, to be fair. The team are taking on as well. They had a goal fest. They finally got a point against a good Middlesbrough side. Fair play to Plymouth with that one. Lots of goals, 3-3, entertaining. That's what Plymouth have been like at home, though, to be fair to them. It's the away form which is the reason they're rock bottom of the league. And, it's going to be a tough game for them, but I think, the big thing about this is it's the battle of two England legends as well, Wazza versus Frankie Lampard. And I think that Wazza's going to get the better of Frank Lampard here. It's going to be Plymouth's first away win of the season. Coventry City 0, Plymouth Argyle 1. Next up is Middlesbrough taking on Sheffield Wednesday. Now, Middlesbrough, that goal fest I just mentioned, 3-3, they'll be disappointed not to come away with a win from home park. And they kept on coming from behind as well. They were the one that equalised in the end, so they weren't in control of that game whatsoever. It was just kamikaze, crazy football. Sheff Wed, fair play Sheff Wed. They beat Stoke at the weekend. They've gradually edged just outside the playoffs now. They're looking all right, to be honest. That's the thing with Sheff Wed. They graft out results, and it's showing on the league table. Saying that, it's going to be a tough trip for them, I think. Middlesbrough are quality at home, and they're a hard side. Got a lot of respect for Middlesbrough. Got a good fan base as well. I'm going to say Middlesbrough 3, Sheffield Wednesday 2. Next up is Norwich taking on Millwall. Now, Norwich have dropped off slightly lately. Struggling a little bit around that mid-table mark. I think QPR might have leapfrogged them, to be fair. Or they're literally a place behind them. So, just not picking up the wins that they need. Millwall, on the other hand, picked up a massive win on Saturday against Blackburn, which is huge. They ended Blackburn's winning streak. Fair play to them. They are pretty quality at the Den, though, to be fair. They do tend to get the majority of their points there. Being on the road, though, what do I think is going to happen? Goal fest, I want to say a 2-2 draw. Next up is two struggling sides in Oxford and Cardiff. Now, Oxford have fell off a cliff. They had a decent run at the start of the season, looked really hard to beat at home. And then, they've just been poor, to be honest. Nothing really to write home about. Cardiff have been slightly better, still poor, but they have grafted out the odd result here and there lately. Saying that, I think it's going to be a right drab game because they're both lacking quality at the minute. I want to go 0-0. Next up is Preston North End taking on Hull. Now, Preston have been pretty disappointing of late, to be honest. That's why they're right down there near the bottom of the table. Hull got a big win home to Swansea. Sides What do I think is going to happen? Hull are going to carry that momentum forward. I want to go Preston North End 1, Hull City 2. Next up, Sheffield United versus Burnley. The big ding-dang-do clash of the weekend. The two of the biggest, well, not biggest, but two of the best teams in the league. Two of the biggest budgets as well. Both were in the Prem last season. And this is the first time they're taking each other on. Last time these two played each other at Bramall Lane in the Championship, it was a thrilling game. It was 4-2 to Sheffield United. Likes of Ollie McBurney on the score sheet. I want to go for Sheffield United 4, Burnley 2. Next is Swansea taking on QPR. Swansea have had a little speed bump. QPR on the other hand have been really good. They've picked up a lot of points at home, made their way out of the relegation zone. Like I said, comfortably in mid-table at the minute. I'll go for a 1-1 draw. Next up, Watford taking on Portsmouth. Now, Watford have been unreal at home. Barely drop any points there. Portsmouth are starting to pick up some form. They're out of the relegation zone. Yes, this should be a very interesting game, to be honest. I guess it's got a bit of momentum, really. I think Portsmouth will struggle here because not many teams get anything from Vicarage Road. I'm going to go Watford 4, Portsmouth 0. Now on to the 5:30 kickoff. Derby versus West Brom. Now, I watched Derby at the weekend on the Friday night. I thought they were quite unlucky, to be fair, not to get anything wrong. Luton, some dodgy decisions. But, you know, we all have these dodgy decisions, so it's not massive, I guess. It all kind of balances itself out. Also, on the other hand, I thought we were really good against Bristol. We played quality. But, obviously, the big elephant in the room is Carlos Corberán heading to Valencia. I think it's going to happen in this one. We haven't beat. Oh, another fun fact: we haven't beat Derby at Pride Park since 2003. So they're a massive bogey team. They tend to always beat us. Yeah, I haven't got much confidence going into this one with Carlos going. I'm going for Derby 3, West Brom 1. Final game we're going to talk about is Stoke Leeds. Stoke have been, I guess, just around that lower mid-table mark all season. Start to feel sorry for the Stokies, to be fair. They give us a load of banter, but to be fair, they've been so bad lately. They're so boring. Just nowhere, no momentum going for them. Leeds, on the other hand, are a club that are on the up. Yeah, they've been really decent, to be fair. I've watched them a few times this season and they are pretty entertaining. And yeah, I'm a fan of Leeds. But saying that, as much I've slagged Stoke off, I can just see this being a really scrappy, horrible game. It's one of them, a cold night in Stoke because it is an 8 o'clock kickoff. And yeah, I think that this will be one of Leeds' bottle job games because they do tend to have a bottle in them every now and then. So I'm going to go for Stoke 1, Leeds 0. Right then, thank you all for watching if you've made it this far. So, thank you for watching. Up the Albion, calling you baggies.